What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Fresh and Fit recently appeared on Kyle and Jackie O's radio show. Now, I believe they are a popular radio show that's inside of Sydney, Australia, locally. But they also have a lot of, notoriety on the internet. So they're really, really big on TikTok. They're really popular on YouTube. So they invited Myron Gaines, who is fit, to their morning show. Now, I have not watched the entire show. I've only watched the 2 clips that we see going viral on TikTok. And I'll talk about the first one as we play it in a second here. But the first one deals with, a woman is cheating if she uses Instagram for attention. So we'll play that clip right now, and then I'll come back and talk about it.
And are territorial with their women. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
You don't own us in a relationship, so we can post what we want. If you have an insecurity with that, that's on you.
Let me finish.
I'm letting you finish, but every time I let you finish...
You're literally cutting me off right now.
Yeah, I know. Okay, go. Go.
I'm explaining to you how men view relationships. You might not like it. It might hurt your feelings. You might say, I'm not a piece of property or whatever. But with all due respect, your feelings. This is how
your feelings. I don't care about your feelings either. You're actually misogynistic and egotistical, and it's a kind of a concern the way you view relationships, like you have ownership of women.
Okay, so after listening to what he has to say, is it true that a lot of men believe that if a woman is on Instagram and they are in a relationship with her, she shouldn't be posting certain photos getting attention or attention seeking? The answer is yes. Now, the lady was like, you don't own us in a relationship. We can post what we want. And again, that is what a lot of modern women feel, and I understand that. But from the way that men see relationships as a more of a provider, in being, men can be more controlling, sure. That's not how we look at it. And I understand what she's saying, because technically, yes, you don't own anybody. But if you're in a relationship with a man that you consider to be high value, you expect this man to pay for stuff for you, to do things for you, to lead you in a relationship. Yeah, that guy is not going to want you to post anything that you want, trying to get attention from other guys. Most guys are going to have an issue with that if they have any respect for themselves. Okay? So I agree with his assessment to a certain part. What he messed up was, he told the lady, if you don't like it, F your feelings. Listen, that was rude. All right. And again, this is the downfall of what can possibly be Fresh and Fit, because you can make your point without being egotistical or rude or stuff like that. Like, it doesn't, you don't have to be an asshole about it. If you don't like it, F your feelings. And you are on their show, right? Have some decorum, because you are on their show. You decided to come. You can say, women may not like this or whatever, but that is how many guys see it. Show some professionalism and don't come in the show until F her feelings in front of her audience. That's the issue. All right. So that's where it got onto a bad start. Not necessarily, being able to explain the concept. Now, the second clip that I want to play is when they got actually kicked off the show. And I'll kind of play that here, and then we'll come back after that.
Men and women are not the same. Women like attention. Men want sex. So my thing is, a man is capable of having sex with other women while still loving his girl the same.
You're actually saying that in a relationship, it's okay for men to go and explore other options, but we have to be happy with you and not explore options.
Absolutely. Closed on your end, open on my end, and I think there should be honest between the two.
Why? Why would anyone agree to that?
You can't just go throwing that thing around. I spoke to Dan Balserian. Yeah, I'm sick of you asking to finish your long, boring answers that are the same answer every time we ask you a question. Even Dan Balserian last week told me to my face, so fucking what, clown? Here you are on the show. I can turn you off as well. Just turn these clowns off. See you, fellas. Grow up. Ring us back when you're 30 and you've got half a brain. You're not running around being led by your own dicks. Bye-bye. See you later. Turn them off.
Okay, so this clip deals with the idea that, you know, men have the ability to have a woman go out and sleep with another woman and be okay to come back to that woman, and that men should have the ability to have whatever they want in a relationship as far as cheating and things like that, and then women should not. Let me just say this. There are some men who feel that way. I know it seems biased, but sure, there are some guys who feel that way. And the only thing that I'm saying is that if you do feel that way, if the woman understands that is what you're trying to do, then by all means, because you have people that have relationships like that, you know, where it's, you know, it could be one-sided or it's open, you know, where, you know, I can date, you know, these women because of, you know, who I am. And if you're gonna deal with me, you can't date anybody else. I know that it's unfair, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure there's some women that have the same way or very similar styles of relationships. They exist. The woman and the other man, they didn't feel like, well, listen, you get to go out there and sling your D, and then, you know, Myron was like, let me finish, and so, you know, they you know, he ended up getting kicked off and stuff like that. Again, I believe that Myron should have, you know, whatever, maybe let the guy talk, but the reality is that it's over a concept. The concept is that if you're gonna deal with me, you can deal with me, and I'm gonna deal with no other woman. We're gonna be in a monogamous relationship. Most people cheat on each other, if you really want to be honest about it. Okay? Most women don't want to be able to hear a man say something like that. But just like most men don't want to hear, like, oh yeah, you have options as a woman, but we all know that those things happen. People cheat. Okay? But in fairness, women want to be able to say, listen, if I'm not cheating, you shouldn't be cheating. That's kind of the norm. The reality is that for guys who are successful, are doing well, many guys are going to exercise that opportunity. Now, it is just the way that he says things. Okay? And he comes off as if he has no concern for their platform, no concern for their show. What the issue with Myron was, it's not what he was saying. It was just, it came off as, you know, sometimes very combative or very rude, you know, and that's why he really got kicked off. I can understand being a man, how a man can come to those conclusions. But again, I don't have a problem with a man or a woman have an open relationships or whatever, as long as people understand what the course is. You know, this is what it is. You know, if you deal with me, I don't want to deal with one woman, but I don't want my woman dealing with anybody else. Some women will sign up for it, someone won't. Now, if he's saying that up front and they know it, then there's not a problem with it. Now, for this particular lady, she may not go for that. That's fine. There are people that have polygamous relationships. Like I did a story the other day where you had this guy, he had like 9 different wives in Brazil, and all of them are committed to him. She's definitely not going to go for that, but it's different strokes for different folks. I believe that different people do things differently and have different lifestyles. Again, it's all about the way that you say things. And again, that's the problem with Myron. He doesn't really know how to talk to people. He doesn't really know how to get along with people. That's what Fresh is much better at out of the two of them. And that's what he's really not a good people's person. I don't understand how he's, you know, gotten this far. But again, shout out to them. They're doing a good job. They're doing a great job. You know, my personal feelings are honest. I'm just only dealing with what they're talking about. But guys, what do you think? Do you think that they got kicked off, you know, the show? It was, you know, it was wrong. Those guys overreacted. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.